Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a flip through of my Moterm A5 rings planner. I do a lot of changes usually with my planner. One of my goals for the year is to stick with one size. Last year I jumped around a lot with sizes and it was just really stressful. So to avoid that, I kind of made it my goal to stick to one size, and kind of going with that, I bought several covers, several ring planners, most of them from Moterm. This one in particular I actually got for Christmas, and it is Moterm A5 size. It has all the things that we know and love about Moterm, but yeah, so I just wanted to do a flip through so we can go ahead and get started. My cat is in the room with me, and he may or may not make his presence known. So if you hear meowing, if you see him climb on the desk, like, just, he's a good boy, I promise. He just wants attention a lot. But on to the flip. Okay, so this is my 2024 vision board that I have here, and I made this on Canva. I have a clear cover on top that I bought off of Etsy. I can't remember who from, but there aren't many people that sell clear covers on Etsy, so you'll probably end up finding that shop anyway. But I made this on Canva, and then I laminated it, hole punched it, and just kind of outlines the goals that I have this year. It's got one of my words of the year, which is joy, and then this ties in with my other word of the year, which is discipline. As you can see, my goal of planner, sticking in a planner size is here, exercising and eating better, having joy and beauty, and then I'm getting married this year as well. So all of that's on here. Over here, I have just a very simple decorative thing going on here. I wanted it to be more, but I just can't think of what I want here. So this was all I could really think of. And this card says, the backbone of success is hard work, determination, good planning, and perseverance. But you know, that's stuck down there so you can't see. It's from Vanity Collection Co. Oh yeah, that's where I got my other planner cover from, Vanity Collection Co. And I like it, but I'm not using it right now. And so it just came on the back of a thank you card. And then another card came from the same company. Success is the sum of multiple small efforts, but I really liked this color with the color of this planner, so I just kind of stacked them like this and just stuck them in here. Yeah, so that's kind of that. These paper clips, I actually bought a bead set off Amazon, and so I made these, and I just bought, you know, rose gold paper clips I've had for years. In this side pocket, I have some sticky notes that I got from Cloth and Paper, and they're a bit bigger than I expected them to be, but I still really like them. I usually don't buy from Cloth and Paper their sticky notes because I bought some page flags from them once and they just weren't that sticky. So I just, you know, I just thought maybe I would try something new. So that's all that's in there. In this, there's nothing. I've got a meal planner sheet back here, and in the top pocket I have like shipping labels for something I need to return to Amazon, and then I have extra notebook paper, a daily spending tracker. Oh, I took these out because they didn't align. The hole punches were wrong, so I just stuck them back here. But that's what's back there. As far as my pens, I have the G2, the Pilot G2 pen in 0.38 size, and it's just a black pen. I also have, for my habit trackers, I have a mild liner pen. I have the entire set, and so I picked this color, and I just take the writing tip, and I just do little dots for my habits. And so that's there. And I only have 3 side tabs, which is not normal for me. Last year I had so many, but I wanted to keep it really simple. I just couldn't fathom having a lot going on. So I just have calendar, finances, and personal. I did make these myself. I have a label maker, and they were really difficult to make. I just don't really like them, but that's what I have for right now. I did buy A5 dividers, but I guess my planner is just too chunky because I could not see the tabs at all. So I put those in there just for now. So we get into it here. And then I have some page lifters that I bought from Amazon. They're Moterm page lifters, and that's where I stuck these card pockets here because they are sticky, and I kind of just cut it and turned them into tabs. And I just have little planner cards, and they're from Pineberry Planner Co. And I bought the printable and just printed them on cardstock. So I have one for each of my little side dividers here. And then from Annalita Designs, I have the year on one page, and I just cross it out as I go along. I have a couple of these in here serving different purposes, but this is the one in the front. I got this freebie from Plan with B. It is the 2024 holiday list for the United States, and I love it. Everything Plan with B does, I just love. So I got this freebie, put it in here. And then from Rose and Mist on Etsy, they have a perpetual calendar of the entire year. And so I printed that off. I bought it, printed it, and I kind of just keep up with things that are important. I work full-time and I'm in college part-time, and so my semesters are like, I have the option of going to school year-round, and so that's why you see I'm registering for summer, and I have some events and stuff at work, and I mark down birthdays, I mark down, you know, when my car registration is due, and my wedding date for right now. That's our tentative wedding date. And yeah, so that's kind of what this is for, is just things that I need to keep track of that aren't necessarily happening right now. My planner only holds 3 months worth of stuff, and so this is nice to have in case there's something that is happening in the future that I need to be aware of, but I just can't, like I have no space. I'm glad I have this. So that's what that is. I have my 2024 goals. Last year, I was really particular about having like a goal bundle, and so I bought one off Etsy and I used it pretty much the whole year. This year, I just, right now anyway, I think I maybe just went too hard on having everything look aesthetic and look pristine, that I just kind of, I like overwhelmed myself, and so now I don't have a desire to have everything be super pretty or whatever. I just kind of do what makes me feel good, and if some people may find it ugly, like that's fine, because this planner is for me, it's not for other people. So all that to say, I just wrote my goals on a basic piece of paper that comes with the Moterm. Every cover comes with some notebook paper, and so I just have it here. And so I've got my 3 goals: staying in A5 rings, losing some weight in inches, and paying down my car. Excuse me. And then my 2 words of the year. Okay. And then why they are my words of the year. And so I also have here from Haru Plans, a quarterly plan. And I like it because it's got the days of the month and then space for you to write your plans. And I think it's just really nice. I'm a very big goal person, and I like doing quarterly goals. And so this year I'm trying to break things down monthly, weekly, and daily. So far, it's going, I would say 60% well, but we'll see at the end of the quarter when I do my review. So yeah, that's that. And so I have these calendars, these month on one page that are undated. I cannot remember the name of the shop that I purchased it from, but it came in a bundle that was like I think like a self-care bundle, and it had a whole bunch of different things in here, and it had the calendars at the bottom, and I was like, you know what, I've already got them. I was shopping my collection instead of buying everything new for this year, and so I'm just using these. I don't reference this, if I'm being honest, I don't. But what I've also noticed is I need to have a monthly calendar in my planner. Like, for some reason, it is just a necessity, even though I barely look at it. But I need it. So I have just enough for this quarter, and I'll fill it out as I go along. And so now we get into the weekly section, and this is this week. This is today, the 21st. These are from Kika Printables on Etsy, and I absolutely love these. I started using these in December, actually, and she has a couple of different layouts, and I think I was using a different one where it had like each day was going horizontal like that instead of the vertical boxes, and it was fine, you know. But I wanted to try this one, and so I did a lot of customization on it. As you can see, the meal plan tab, I added that there. I have a, you know, an Adobe account, and so I can edit PDFs. Then I added Michi's schedule. Michi is my fiance, that's his nickname that we call him. And so that's just kind of where I write down his work schedule every single day, just because it's not, you know, it changes every day. So I do that to make sure I can keep up with it. So I just have enough of these in here for the rest of the quarter, and then a couple extra. I think I printed out a few more accidentally. They just printed wrong, and so I just have extra, and I'm still using it. Even though I punched it wrong, I'm still going to use it. Next is my syllabus for my class. I always like having a copy of it on hand. Last year I was really big on having like writing out an assignment tracker, but then I realized I never reference it, and so I just stick with having the course summary specifically in my planner, so I know all my due dates, what's due, that sort of thing. And so that's what this is. Next is the fly leaf that came with the planner. I really like that Moterm has fly leaves because they have the extra pin slot, and that's just fabulous to me. So I stick it back here as kind of like the separator from my calendar and the rest of the planner, and also because I just don't want this in the front, especially because I have a pin there. I just don't want it there. It's really stiff right now because, like I said, this is brand new. I only had it for less than a month, and so over time I expect, you know, the leather to kind of loosen up, but it's stiff as a board right now. Okay. Plan with B has these task reminder trigger lists on her site, and I downloaded one. I love having it here. It's nice. Now, I don't relate to everything on here. For instance, lawn care. I don't have a lawn. I live in an apartment. I don't do stuff like that. So not everything on here, you know, applies to me, but it's just so good to have a trigger list that I didn't have to make. So I love it right here. And I think it's aesthetic too. It's just nice. So I might put like a vellum something over it. I'm thinking I want to add vellum to my planner. Maybe I'll just overlay it with something. Who knows? We'll find out. Then I have my inbox. It came from the same set that my monthly calendars came from. Again, I can't remember the name of the person who created them, but I got them off Etsy. And this is just where I write down things that need to get done. It's no really a time limit on any of this, but I like having a couple of copies, and I did the edit and named it inbox because it didn't say that. I added that. And then I have a by the end of the year list from Lightly Lux. And again, I added that header, but she made, you know, this, or he. And this sheet kind of serves as just like, it's stuff that needs to get done, but not right away. So it's like, as you can see, there's nothing on here right now, but it's usually for like, oh, I need to refill my glasses prescription, or I need to get new tires, and like just stuff that has to happen by the end of the year, meaning at some point during the year, I need to get that done. And I started this last year, I think like around September, and it was so helpful. So I just put a couple of these in the planner. Next, I have monthly review. I used to do weekly, monthly, quarterly reviews like clockwork the entire year. And again, like I said, I just overwhelmed myself, and I'm just kind of in my hibernation stage. Well, I just want to keep it simple. So I'm just only doing monthly reviews for right now. And I got these from the same set as the other unnamed things. And I think I made it say monthly. I think it said weekly, and I changed everything that said week to month. I think so. So I just have 3 for the quarter. And now the finances. Again, another one of the page lifters, another one of the card slots. And I just bought a pack of card slots off Amazon. It came like a pack of 50, or some obscenely large amount that you're never going to use it all, right? And again, another planner card from the same company as the first one. So that just sticks there. And then I have a financial summary sheet from the same unnamed company as the other printables here. And so I've never used it, but I'm trying a lot of new things in the financial section this year. I'm just going to, at the end of every month, just kind of tally things up and see where I'm at, and kind of just summarize my finances. So I'm excited to see how that's going to play out. I found this 26-week savings challenge on, when I did a Google search, apparently it's from Inspired Budget. And I wanted one like this because I get paid bi-weekly. So I don't like having weekly savings challenges because I'm not saving money every week. When I sit down and budget, I want to do it all once and then don't do it for the rest of the 2 weeks. So this is going to be the total amount that I calculated saved if I follow this. And so I actually need to mark this one off. Now, realistically, I could save more, but what I noticed last year is I just lacked the consistency in it. And so this year, you know, I've got so much to save for, as you'll see when we flip through. And I just wanted to make this easy on myself. Now, I think it's going to be doable. I think it's going to be really easy. It's a nice, you know, low income savings challenge as well. But I like just the simplicity of it. Every week is already figured out. I don't have to figure it out. It's there. So yeah, I like that a lot. And then I just printed some savings tracker sheets from Printables, and it's Bulls. And so I just printed off a couple of those to like tally up my different savings, which I need to actually write in where I'm at now. From the same unnamed printable shop, I got this 5,000 challenge. I don't know if I'll do this. I kind of just threw a lot of stuff in here, like just to start the year off with, and I'm just kind of waiting to see how I feel about it. I like that everything's structured. I don't like how many of them there are, because realistically, if I were to follow this, and let's say I do it every pay period, this is much longer than a year. This is like 2.5 years. Doable, but still, you know, like, I don't like the lack of structure, and like week 1 do this and week 2, and you know, I can't get with that, but it's there. This is a travel fund, also from Printables, and it's a freebie. And we're going to Wisconsin Dells. We do Wisconsin Dells with my family every year. And my family consists of me, my sister, her husband, her children, and my fiance. To me, that's my family. Anybody outside of that, they're like extra. So us as a group, we load up our cars and we go to Wisconsin Dells. It usually happens around one of her kids' birthdays. And we had to move it to, I think, July this year, because in June I have this really big trade show that I'm obligated to attend that falls the same week of one of my niece's birthdays. And so it was a whole thing last year where I realized I couldn't go to Wisconsin Dells with them, and so the whole trip got canceled, and I felt really bad. But this year my sister was like, we're just gonna push it back to another month, and then like we'll all go. So this is how much I'm saving up for Wisconsin Dells. My fiance has his own savings tracker. We already have established what our portion is versus my sister and her husband's portion. And so I figured if I start now and I just save $80 per paycheck, by May 30th, this is how much I'll have. Of course, this is not going to be all my spending money, but this is just what I will have to put towards the room and the reservations and all of that. So that's what this is. Christmas tracker. I learned a very hard lesson in 2023 about saving for Christmas. I just waited too late to save money, and I used it all very, very quickly, and I ended up going into my savings, and I spent $1,000 out of my savings for Christmas, and I don't want to repeat that. So I just kind of came up with this idea that by November of this year, the end of November, this is how much I'll have if I put aside $50 every paycheck. So then I can use that $1,200. That'll be Christmas money, and I won't have to dip into savings. I won't have to use my paycheck. Like, it's literally just that. So I'm starting early, so I don't put too much pressure on myself. Just start now. And this is advice. Just start now. Trust me. Another $2,500 challenge that I may or may not do. Medical expenses. I have a chronic illness, and because I have chronic illness, I have to buy a lot of medical tape and gauze pads and Neosporin and prescription medication and this and that. And so it's a lot. I haven't filled this out yet, but my whole plan and goal with this was to actually see how much I'm spending just on medical stuff, just on maintaining my chronic illness. So that's what this is for. I do no spend challenges. That's one of my goals. Because I want to pay down my car, that kind of means I need to have more money ready for that event. And so I'm trying to do no spend challenges once a month. I'll have to evaluate if I actually did it this week, because I don't know if I did. I don't know. I'll have to see. So I just have enough for 3 months. And then expense trackers, and the way I did it is the whole page is for the category of groceries. That way every time I buy groceries for the whole year, I can see how much it fluctuates by. And I did that for a couple of different things: my car gas, my nails, and that's that. And so I have another year on one page that I just mark all of my paychecks on, just so when I'm budgeting, I have that information readily available. Let's see. I'm gonna go to a blank one, and this is from Monthly Joy on Etsy. Paycheck budget on 2 pages, and I need this because to me, A5 is a small size. I'm used to A5 wide or letter size, and so this is my version of a mini planner. Because of that, I needed more space. I write big, I wear glasses, I can't see the little tiny all on one page. So luckily Monthly Joy had a paycheck budget on 2 pages, and I absolutely love it. Now the original one she had came with like graphs, like circle, like fill in graphs that you could do percentages, pie chart, there we go. it came with like pie charts, and I'm like, I don't do that. So I just took them off in Adobe. But yeah, I really like this. I have just enough for the end of a quarter. And then I have expense tracker. This expense tracker and this one are both from the same company, Mindful Hustle Lab. And so I really just write down my expenses. It just keeps me accountable. And I have just a bunch of those here. And then a debt payoff tracker for my car. Okay, now this is my personal section. Again, page lifter, thing, other thing. So yeah, you know. And then I have a bunch of pictures in here. Of course, my girl Beyonce. I went to see her Renaissance concert last year, and it changed my life. And I just needed to have some pictures of her in my planner. I did print these. I have a Eco Tank printer. I think that's Epson. And I bought some photo paper, and so they're printed on photo paper, and I just cut them down. And these photo pages I got off Amazon. It came in a pack of like 50, which again, who's gonna use all that? But I like that they were hole punched, they're A5, they, you know, on both sides. So yeah, that's that. And I have some personal photos in here as well. And then pictures of my sister and her kids here. Obviously, I'm not going to show. But I have a daily gratitude tracker. This is kind of like my self-care area, like everything personal, okay? So daily gratitude, as you can see, I have not kept up with, and daily affirmations. Now, these are from my own planner bundle that I created, and I've tried using other people's, you know, gratefulness and all of that. I just keep going back to mine. I love the simplicity of it. It just, it works. And so I have enough in here of both of those for the rest of the quarter in different colors. And then I have food inventory. I took inventory of everything that was in my fridge, and my freezer, and my pantry at one point late December because I need it for meal prepping. It is outdated, and I may take it out because I do not reference it, but it was a cute idea. And I tried. That's what matters. And then here from Arts and Printables, I bought like her entire shop. Like she has like one big bundle, right? And when I was first getting into disc bound and everything, that's where I started. So she has month on 2 pages, and what I plan to use this for is when I meal prep, I want to write here what I'm actually eating as opposed to what I'm planning to eat. So that's kind of the plan. It's been a slow start this month, so forgive me, it's blank. And then after a couple of those, I have weekly meal plans, again from that same unnamed planner shop is where I got these, and I just try my hardest to actually plan out our meals. Like I said, a slow start, but I have a bunch of them in here. So that's that. This next section is titled Levi. Levi is my sweet cat, my beautiful boy, and we just adopted him like the last week of December from a shelter. And he's just been amazing. He's been such a joy to have in our lives, just a source of happiness for me. I get to nurture and care for him, and my fiance loves him, and we're both the parents, so that's why he's got my fiance's last name and not mine. So this section is kind of just for all of his information, which again, I need to sit down and actually fill this out, but this is all for his information. And I bought this from, oh dear, I don't know who this came from. I bought this off Etsy. That's what I do know. I bought it off Etsy, but that's all I can remember. I have another copy of my vision board here because this next section is kind of dedicated to one of my goals, which is losing weight in inches. I have a weight log from the same unnamed shop. Workout tracker also from that, and then a measurement tracker from Monthly Joy. And my plan was to measure myself once a week, but it's just going to be once a month because I'm just exhausted. So, but I like having these here. I'm eventually going to sit down and fill this stuff out properly, but for right now, it is what it is. Next I have a bunch of yearly habit trackers. And the reason I'm doing yearly as opposed to monthly or weekly is because I realized that, you know, when I did monthly or when I did weekly, like it worked and it was good, but I just never referenced it later. And so that kind of to me defeats the purpose of tracking habits if I don't reference it. And because I only keep 3 months worth of stuff in here, I figured just do a yearly. Just do the whole year. That way I can see the days that I didn't take it or whatever. The way I use this is I have alerts in the health app on my phone to say, hey, it's time to take this medication, it's time to take that. And I log it there, and then I go from there and I plug in with my mild liner. I just put the little dots. And so I have a bunch of those. This is from the Perfect Planner, also on Etsy. It's from the Perfect Planner. And I just have them for every medication that I have access to, and of course some extras just in case I want to track something else. And so that is the end of that. Last but not least, I just have a note section where it's just really random things in here. So, you know, my planner needs, Christmas last year, you know, just stuff for my cat, stuff I need to do this month. You know, I think like one of them is like for my wedding, venue ideas. So, you know, it's just kind of whatever I need a piece of paper for. And that's just what I put back here. And then at the very back, another page lifter, and I have one back here because I noticed with rings, I was doing disc bound up until September of last year. I've done disc bound for like the last 2 years. But I noticed with the rings that the last page can kind of get, you know, shoved down there and get really messed up. And so I just put a page lifter back here just so the integrity of my paper remains. In this back, I have a picture of me and my niece, some other photos I want to put in my planner. Nothing back here decorative. I don't know if I ever will. I don't know, maybe. But that is everything. That is my 2024 January planner flip through. I plan to do one a month because I'm sure I'm going to have changes that I'm going to want to make. So my plan is to just do one of these a month and just do a couple videos throughout the month. Not that many, but yeah, that's this. So if you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. Thank you so very much for watching. Please like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel. And I will see you all next time. Bye bye.